te oto. Ichika te ano he shoha te ano te a war. Ishika te ana e a shoya waya waya. Woo, breathe. Oto to shiko te a wota ya oya tawa. Oh, one more. Ishikate ana, ishikate ala la la ba, ala la 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 la, ishikate ana. Hote shikate ana, easha. Hote shikate te ate ata, atata te apa. Ooh, it's been a lot of minutes since I've been on here. Thank you, grandmother, for showing up. Wow. Fun times, fun, so much fun. So I don't really know what's going to happen on here today. I'm probably just going to talk and explain and talk about my life in the last 3 weeks. So grandmother's saying to invoke protocols. Hatushikate on tapping into God's source energy. Breathe. In the great I am. Diving deep into Middle Mother Gaia Earth. Sapphire just came around. Oto shikatea no to ichikatea na anaya to chikatea ba. And grandmother says begin. So, hello everyone. What a ride. What a ride. It's been crazy. So, a couple years ago, I had a vision of me standing on an older airplane, like an older TWA airplane, and I was the only one on the plane. I was standing in the aisle. It was daylight. All the windows had blown out. The air mask had dropped, and it was on a descent going down like that. I wasn't afraid. And I kind of felt like it had something to do with my dad, because my dad was so a part of, big influence in the 70s for me growing up as a child. So I thought, maybe this is his plane, right? His plane is, he'd gotten, my father passed at the age of 97. So, he had a long, full life. And so I thought, this is his plane. Okay. So then fast forward, I think it was like probably a month ago, I'd had a vision of White Wolf and I on a rocket platform, right? And Alexa, next. I don't own the rights to this music. And so Yahshua, Jesus, came down, took both of us by the hand to walk across the rocket, entrance. I don't have all the right terminology. The entrance to the rocket. And he was going to do it. I was like, okay, cool, right? So then what does that set you up for? You're like, I'm expectant. Man, things that they've said about my life and things that are going to take place, bam, they're going to fall into place just like this. Bam, 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 right? On one hand, there have been some really cool, miraculous stuff where it's synchronicity. It's the hand of the divine that you know beyond a shadow of a doubt. That was them. From anywhere from asking for an owl to show up, a real owl so I could hear it, and then laying on my daybed early in the morning, and then out of the blue, this owl shows up. And as I videoed the sound, and so simple things like that. But those simple things are what carry me through. The simple synchronistic signs along my journey carrying me through. Okay, so here I am expecting some big things. White Wolf and I have had the intention of stepping into new levels of anything, right? Just new levels, going up. Have felt and experienced timeline jumping. Timeline jumping. Okay, they're saying to go there. So I had a visual. Was it yesterday? Oh, it was the day before yesterday. So it's going to be backwards, but anyway, it's okay how it works out. So this was like a 3D, and I was standing from this viewpoint looking. This was the 3D. This is the 5D. I'm like right here, and I could see 3D stuff happening, but I could see 5D stuff happening at the same time. There's a lot of magic in that. There's a lot of cool stuff in that. And they've been asking me to step out in faith, and no matter whether it's buying something or doing something, no matter what's in the bank account at the time, just doing it. You know, and we've been doing that, and lo and behold, you get something free, or you get something discounted, or you get something half off, something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. I wanted to go out on a boat, you know, and I think I talked about that. You know, it's simple things, but it's important to me. It's important to my life. It's what I resonate with, you know, living down here with water on all sides. And sure, do we have the beach close? Yeah. But there's something different about getting out on a boat in the water. So anyway, so yeah, great, wonderful things happened, right? Cool stuff. You're like, bam, bam, bam. Okay, I'm ready for the next. I'm ready, right? So then, I'm doing this for a reason. Oh, God, I don't want to share all this. Oh, it's killing me. It's annihilating me. I don't want to do it. Don't want to do it. Don't want to go there. Annihilating the flesh, isn't it? Annihilating the flesh. And that really is a lot. Or that's what it's all about, is annihilating the flesh. What does that mean about annihilating the flesh? It's allowing ego to die. It's allowing, in some ways, in lots of ways, it's allowing even our dreams and our hopes, no matter how old they are or when you birthed it in your spirit of something to come about. Do you know that at times we have to even lay those things down? Now, they never take anything from us without multiplying level upon level upon level back. But to take a dream and a desire that is hidden in your heart, and then, I'm going to set this down, and then, you know, I'll feel like them saying, give it to us. Let go and give it back to us. It's like, fuck no, I don't want to let it go. What? Wait, what? No! These dreams are birthed. You gave me these dreams. You unction of God's source energy and the spirit and everything, like, and then you hold on to them, right? And then they're like, give it back to us. And you're like, you can feel that, right? It's kind of like hell to the no. F that, right? But then what happens? It's not worth the cost to hold on to that, because it's kind of like the muddy waters, and it's kind of like a stagnating pond that we can hold on to something that was birthed in spirit, and we hold on to it and hold on to it and hold on to it. But then what happens? We start putting our hands on it, and what was a beautiful life flow source of river coming into us, right? It's only supposed to come in to go back out. Being filled up and letting go, that constant channel, right? But then what happens lots of times, for me personally, you hold on to it and you're like, I gotta birth it, and then, you know, time goes by and you're like, well, they're not working fast enough on my behalf, so maybe if I tweak this, or maybe if I do that. What happens? The whole thing just gets really stinky and really icky, and then you're like, oh my God. And then what? You're crying by the edge of the road or the side of the road, and you're like, let it go. And I'll talk to myself. I'm like, is it worth it? No. Does it kill you? Yeah. Is it like a sword to the heart and spirit? Yeah. But it's okay. It's okay. Now I can talk about what's been going on. So in the last 3 weeks, and that waiting for all of this cool, even more, if they can do this, how much better can it get today, right? I mean, all of our little sayings, all of our little mantras that we've taken as seeds, and that others in the spiritual community have sown, and you're like, oh, I'm going to take that, and oh yeah, I feel it, oh yeah, I'm going to bring that in and that in, right? Where am I going? Okay, so then the lag time happens, right? Well, guess what? Guess who gets sick? Guess who starts getting sore throat? Guess who goes to the emergency room not once, but twice in the last 3 weeks? You're like, oh my God, oh my God. So yeah, medical stuff's coming up. 2 years ago, when I left here, my doctor was like, you're as healthy as a horse, right? And all this stuff, right? And active and still, trying to do a cartwheel a day and doing handstands and get in the pool and exercise. Because with back problems, it's like, yeah, water aerobics is my thing. That's why it was important to move back to Florida. If you've watched me for a long time, you kind of know my story. If you are just brand new, sorry. You might have to go back and watch some other lives to kind of catch up then. So, help. Okay, Archangel Michael, thank you. Different ones are coming in. Gabriel's in front. Saint Germain behind. Mother Mary and Luigi here. Kuan Yin just came in full frontal. Sorry, getting a download, getting some energy. So I go to the emergency room, and the doctor's like, you've got lesions on the back of your throat. It could either be caused from intense stress or it's caused from a tumor. And I'm like, no way, come on, seriously? I've come this far to hear those kind of things. Is like stress, okay, yeah. Is it stressful what we've been going through in the last year and a half, 2 years? Yes. It takes its toll. That's why meditation and exercise and having a daily plan of action. I love daily routine. I love it. Because even when I'm not, it's still kind of one step after the other. And it took me years for my own personal life experience in this 3D to have daily things that I do. I collect the laundry, I make my bed, I do, because it makes me feel, I guess on one hand, in control of my life, but on the other hand, it's like, it gives me something to do on the in-between time. All right, so I guess I digress. But anyway, so going back to the 3D right here and seeing the 5D. So I get, I go to the emergency room, right? And the doctor's saying, go do this. So yeah, do I have an ear, nose, and throat appointment going to come up? Yeah. Because of everything that I struggled and went through in the early part of my life and almost dying, I don't know how many times. And even within the last 13 years, I was within 2 hours, the surgeon said, had to have emergency surgery. He said, Carla, that's my name other than Morningstar, you were within a couple of hours of dying, right? And it's kind of like, so when you have things like that in your life, appendix ruptures in grade 4, right? Or second grade, right? 4th grade. I know I'm giving some history, but there's a reason for this. 4th grade, I go in, I get tonsils out and my adenoids, right? My sister, same time, right? I wake up, she's eating ice cream and watching TV. I look up, my wrists are strapped down. I've got an oxygen thing through my nose. And I'm like, what the F? right? And then years later, my mom finally, she tells me, she's like, oh, I guess I was asking her questions about past surgeries and things that happened. She's like, oh yeah, in recovery, you started to, you ruptured, you bled out, like not once, but like twice, and you had to go back in, and they couldn't get it under control. And I'm like, so when I have had all of this medical stuff, trauma at the beginning of my life, right? So from about 212 on, my whole intention in my life was health, healing, become the very best that I can become, physically, emotionally, spiritually, on every level. And I applied myself, even through pain, I applied myself to work out and to swim and to do all various things as I wanted. And I did. I got there, and I was like, man, felt like I was at the top of my game, right? I felt like I was at the top of who I was and who I was here to be birthed. And I was just doing my spiritual work, and I was doing everything that I knew how to just be happy and be joyful and just waiting the next adventure and the next adventure. So on and on and on and on. So anyway, you get that, and so yes, so I have to apparently go there. So I'm at this in-between spot. And so with the even thought of having tumors in my, like cancer in my throat, even the thought of that, right? Tailspin, right? Like spinning out, right? Now granted, it could just be stress, but I guess I'm going to find out. But here's the deal. I was outside. I don't know the rest of this music. I was outside, and I was like, am I tapping out? Am I checking out? Is this how, what? Wait a minute. What? You had so many promises about what I'm supposed to be doing and what White Wolf and I are supposed to do. Why is this stuff happening now? Why? Why the health issues, right? Makes you question them. It makes you kind of want to just throw everything out. You're like a big F you to the universe and like, F you, I didn't sign up for this shit, I'm out. So apparently, I don't know, apparently maybe on a subconscious level, or maybe it was a Akashic record. Maybe there was, someone had told me, I think it was my pranic healing master, who said that in anyone's life, there's like at least 3 times they can check out. Well, I've kind of already did the 1, 2, kind of maybe even 3. So I was like, I felt like I was a cat with 9 lives, right? And I was like, wait a minute, is this an exit? Am I just going to exit? And then I was like, I don't want to exit. I felt like there was a lot of cool stuff on the horizon that's going to happen. And then I thought, if I do exit, I ain't fucking coming back here. I'm going to be off planet teaching somewhere in a classroom. I'm not coming back. I've had different prophetic words from various psychics and seers and stuff that said, this is my last time here. This is it. This is it. This is all she wrote. This is the shebang. This is it. Sorry, bear with. So there's another aspect of me that is kind of like, okay, you get a medical diagnosis, and I'm like, fuck that. That's a 3D. I'm going to stay here. In the 5D, I don't want to exist. In the 5D, that doesn't exist. Who and what we are in the 5D, we are enlightened beings. We are already enlightened beings. We are on our way. We are traversing and collapsing timeline after timeline. There's energy behind that. Open and receive. And timelines, right? Timelines collapsing on our behalf. So we can live our highest and best, brightest life now. You know, it takes a lot of money to do the stuff that I want to do. Do you have any idea? Do you have any idea? And I laugh at them because they're like, all the time to White Wolf and they're like, dream big. And I'm like, I get my notebook out and I'm like, yeah, I want this. I want that. I want this. I want that. I want this. I want that. I was told that I'm going to have my own school. I'm going to have my own temple as such. And then I was like, well, if I can have one, why not more? Why not countries? Why not, you know, all these big, I'm talking, right? Stuff. So, and then you get, so anyway, so then the medical diagnosis comes up and you're like, oh my God. So yeah, Carl in her flesh is like, are you fucking kidding me? Really? Really? Great. Then there's that other side of me that's like, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. This time is golden. This time is the time of dreams. This time is to invoke patterns and protocols to set about in the 5D our most, as we're pulling it on, our most powerful timeline now. That doesn't involve sickness. That doesn't involve pain. That, you know what that involves? That involves prosperity. That involves prosperity in every area of your life, excuse me. And I'm not just talking about finances in your pocketbook. I'm talking about health. I'm talking about being out and living your most highest life. It's in all of these various stratas of what prosperity means in a person's life. Also, that entails the fruits of the Spirit: kindness, peace, joy, right? They put in long suffering. They put in all these other different things. I truthfully don't like to suffer. I don't want to suffer. I've suffered enough. I've suffered enough. Don't want to go through anymore. Shit. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Checking in with grandmother to see if I'm supposed to say anything else about that. Oh yeah, okay, so I got to go back. So I was sitting outside and I was back to the, like, this is it. This is my time to check out. Well, I was really, there was about a 4-day period after that diagnosis there, or, you know, and it was like, fuck, you know, bawling, crying, why me? Oh my God, not feeling good. You know, my throat, even now my throat is killing me. And, you know, it's just like all the stuff, right? I'm like, what the fuck has happened? It's like, how do you go from feeling like you're as healthy as a horse to, what? Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. I'm still the same. If anything, I should be getting better and better and better and better and better, right? Pray for healing for eyes. Pray for healing for various aspects. I've seen healing in my own 3D body take place. This is going to get healed too. It's going to get healed too. So I saw a deck of cards go by, and as I got on the other side of that, and let me think exactly what happened. So I was out there and I saw like this floating deck of cards going by, and I saw this death card like go by, but it passed me. And I took a breath and I was like, oh, thank God, thank God, thank God, thank God. And it passed me. And then right then, I was taken to a birthing cave with grandmother and other tribal women. And I am literally giving birth, and I'm smiling. They're all happy, lots of joy. And I'm giving birth again. To what? To me. To my energy signature. To I am. The I am presence within me, being birthed again and again and again, right? So yeah. Sorry, I gotta take a drink of water. Pardon me, sorry. Some other higher colors coming in, the sapphire. Ote was lined with gold. Big chief has come in, and the chief from the Northwest Americas. Crow medicine. So there's an energy flex going on right now. I just saw diamonds in the palm of our hands. So if you will just raise your hands with me right now. I ask and invoke a blessing. These are also very important chakra points here. There's two on your, right here on your hands, and then also on your feet. Diamond, diamond, light, chakra, activation, rainbow energy. There we go. A semicircle, now I'm getting drunk. Semicircle of golden light beings just came in behind me. Okay, here comes the curtain, like on stage, and the curtain parts. There we go. Okay, they're saying to go there. Maybe if you can see that, let's go there. Let's stand on that stage. Let's take it, stand on that stage. Feel into that. Feel into the energy of that. What does that feel like? Is it scary? Some people don't like to be seen. Some people want to stay in the background doing stuff. That's fine. But some of us are made to be on that stage. And then we turn and we look. And there are dear sisters and brothers and soul family that are seated before you. They're cheering you on. Some are crying because they need to hear your story. They need to hear how God's Source energy has moved in your life so they too can draw from those healing waters, can draw from, like, almost like getting a ticket to an event, like getting a ticket, like, yes, me too, me too, me too. If you've done it for this one, you can do it for me. I have received so much healing hearing other people's stories and over my life of how the great I am, how God's Source energy did something for that one, and it gave me hope. It gave me hope, and then it was like, oh God, and it was just like, yeah, me too. You know, raise my hand. I don't know how many times I'd hear a message, or I'd hear whether it was Matt Kahn or Bentinho or Abraham, and I'd raise my hand and I'd say, yeah, me too. Me too. Me too. Sign me up. I'm ready. Sign me up. Next level stuff. Yeah. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Some horses just came in. With wings. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a secret. You know that if you... Okay. Yeah, I can. All right, so there have been different anointings released over the strata of centuries of miracle workers and different ones that did lots of incredible signs and wonders. Do you know, like with Elisha and Elisha, I think I'm saying their names right, do you know that you can ask for a mantle? A lantern has just been lit. Some of you take this. You can ask for that mantle that's passed. I personally, and I'm going to say it, probably the reason why I've had to go through so much sickness and almost dying incidences and stuff, because I'm believing for some big stuff. I'm believing for cancers to be healed. I believe for things, incredible manifestations of miracles. I believe for that stuff. It surges up within my being. Can you imagine going into a hospital, laying hands on all the sick, and it gets cleared out, and everybody's healthy and healed and are able to rejoin their families? Yeah, I went through a series of dreams back in the 90s that in a southern country that I did that exact thing. That me and others, we would go into hospitals and like the medical people were getting pissed off because we would just clear out hospitals. I did. I had a series of dreams of that. You know, I don't know if that's a 5D thing that's still yet to take place. I don't know if that's just an alternate timeline in an alternate universe, or if it's something that's going to happen in this plane, in this timeline. I don't know, I think they're kind of getting us ready, don't you? And if this message is speaking to you, then maybe you have that mantle. Maybe you have that dream and desire. Maybe there's just that spark, the divine inside of you that wants to see people healed and whole. Physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, every strata of life. Yeah. So, grandmother just handed me a piece of paper. So let's do a declaration. Let's draw a line in the sand. If they have asked for something back, be willing to give it back. Because they'll replace it. And they'll give it to you a whole different way. It'll all be all different. Newer, shinier. That's basic words. I like basic. I like simple things. It could be very high-ended, scientific reasoning or thinking, but I'm like, bring it down. Basic, simplified, right? Give it back. You can even take it, maybe take it out of your heart. Or like on a gold platter. Give it back to them. There's some spiritual energy with this one. It's okay. I too am going to give it back. Maybe I held on too long to some things. Maybe some things have had to die, needed to die. They were sparks. Brilliant light. That's okay. That river is a constant flow. And they're ready. There we go. They're ready to. You can take it, flip it, switch it, give it back. In more ways than you can count. More ways than you can count. So they're wanting me to go back to this declaration, and I think it's going to be a repeat after me thing. So I'm like, all right, so I'm just, I don't know. I haven't written it down, and I'm my perfectionistic side's like, oh, it's got to be perfect. Oh, I got to read it just so, right? Some bullshit. I declare. I, Morningstar, declare. I'm not done. And it's all new. Breathe every day. When I wake up, every day, it's brand new. I declare and invoke healing over my own personal life. Healing. Heal this. Heal it. And I invoke a blessing on your life, no matter what it is. I pray healing. I pray healing. Blessing to you. Some of you, the dams, they're like these wooden dams. They're being opened up and the water is just gushing and flowing through, just like, thank God. Thank God. I was going to read a couple things. I don't know if I am. I don't know how to pronounce this. White Wolf pulled some cards this morning. I'm going to hold it here. I'm sorry, I'll butcher it. I don't know how to pronounce this. Isn't she beautiful? This is from the Divine Feminine. The Goddess of Never Not Broken. The Goddess of Never Not Broken. Everything happens for my liberation. That could have been my declaration. That could be my declaration now. I choose to become only more love. That's the key, isn't it? No matter where you find yourself, what life is throwing at you, or maybe you're on top of your game right now. Maybe you got it going on. Kudos to you and blessings to you. Seriously, yes, thank you, and thank you, thank you, thank you. find yourself a bit empty, or find yourself a bit broken, or maybe a whole lot of broken, this too shall pass. You know, I could go to all the old cliches, right? You know, it's not really old cliches. It is spiritual truth. Gold refined in fire. Gold refined. What is fire? Trials, tribulations, things that trip us up. It could be ourselves. It could be, that's a whole other, that's like a month discourse in and of itself, of breaking all those pieces down. Lord, I am from the South and got a bit Southern in me. But anyway, let me see if I can read anything from in here. Ha! Okay, here we go. All right, many of us exert tremendous energy in the effort to not break or fall apart. We resist our grief, our heartbreak, or we deny the need to change until the choice no longer feels like it's ours. Hello, Morningstar. Something sideswipes us in our ordinary life and shatters who we think we are and how we identify ourselves. Here's what this person's name, here's what Akhilalanda reminds us. Vulnerability is our greatest strength. If we are always broken, breathe and receive that. We can never break. She is the most intimate and personally powerful goddess because she meets us in those moments where we can feel most alone, most exposed, and most afraid. She models how to thrive in the midst of change. She uses pain to joyfully and purposefully transform. She sees everything as an opportunity to release what isn't serving her. And she knows that being broken, it isn't a failure. Don't accept that into your spirit. That's a 3D mindset. Not a failure to be broken. Or something that we should avoid. It's actually the whole point. So she knows that being broken is the whole point. Pardon me. We are here to let our ideas of ourselves go up in flames, so that beneath the ashes, the soft core of who we truly are arises. And so that we remember that it's not the heart that ever breaks. It's the ego. The heart only ever expands. Oh, everything happens, the intention, everything happens for my liberation. I choose to become only more love. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. And I will read this. White Wolf bought me this beautiful book. And just flipping through, did he just opened up to a page, right? Love those synchronicities. So, this one says, I trying to do it. I'm going to read it to you, but it says, this side. Sorry, this hand. I'm your cure. I'm your cure. Be patient with pain. I'm your pal. Don't look elsewhere in vain. Even if you lose, don't say you've lost. Be happy with the race, since I'm your prize. So what's the prize? Expanded heart. Death to ego, expanded heart. Love. It all boils down to that. If anybody else is telling you something different, they're selling you something. I do these for free. I'll probably always do these for free. Does it cost to make an appointment with me? Yes, you're damn straight. You're paying for my my abilities. You don't go to a gas station expecting free gas unless they're giving it away. You don't buy food. Just the way it is. I've had to pay a lot of money to get and receive from others that are out, to just be in their presence, to just breathe in and to receive what they had to offer. What they go through, not free. It's not. It's not. Stars are lined up in a circle, grandmother says, and so it is. I love you. This is Morningstar. I hope you have an awesome day. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Oh, I love you guys so much. So they teach you one more. I'm seeing like decks of cards coming in and then going back out. Go ahead, you can pick the cards. I see different ones picking 2 and 3 cards. And they're for blessing, grandmother just said, for blessing. Go ahead. It's okay. My purse is open. Please receive. Morningstar. Peace out.